Welcome back, Truth Confederacy, to another reading. I know we get a little bit deep into the conspiracy theories here, but that's been something that's been kind of on my mind, and that is exactly what you just saw a clip of. What you just saw a clip of, and that is subliminal messaging, but more importantly, subliminal persuasion is what I'm interested in, like swaying the public's beliefs, their opinions, their thoughts, how they feel about something, making them docile or making them angry or making them attack or ride or making them be peaceful. The whole subliminal persuasion is what I'm interested in. So I'm going to look at this as doing it like pretty much like a psyop spread. See what the agenda and everything behind it is. So we're going to be looking at subliminal messaging, i.e. more importantly, subliminal persuasion. Is the government, or I should say the elite, using subliminals for their own gain? Show me the truth in this. Is this being used to control, manipulate, whatever, the American people, John Q. Public? What is the truth in this situation? Okay, it's going to be first and foremost here. Next is going to be who or what is the driving force behind this? What is the purpose or the agenda of subliminal messaging and persuasion? Why is it hidden from us? How dangerous is this to us? Last but not least, how to protect ourselves from any negative impact or any damage or any danger from this. Okay, first card we got out the bat is going to reveal to us what is the truth in this, if they are in fact using subliminal persuasion and mental processing against the American people and John Q. Public. And the truth card is being aspected as the Ten of Swords. That's a card of ruin. Sudden events that have a history, meaning the events that seem like sudden and orchestrated has been carefully calculated, thought out, planned, and it has a history, which means that it has a reasoning for it, or it's something that has occurred before, or something in that manner. The Ten of Swords also is an indication that the sudden events that happen are not an act of God, but man-made, man-orchestrated. It's also a card of simple, put as endings, transition, and new beginnings. So this right here tells me that it's in full effect. It's being used. It has never been stopped. And it's used for ruin, sudden events, orchestrating sudden events. I'd say riots, shootings, school shootings, mall shootings, activation. That it's not an act of God, which means it wouldn't be a mental illness. It wouldn't be someone possessed by a devil, or it's man orchestrated. Now the next card is going to show us who or what is the driving force behind the subliminals, and that is going to be the Wheel of Fortune card, and that's a card, of course, of destiny, fortune, and success. So those who are the subliminal pumpers feel that this is their destiny, their fortune, and they're successful and will be successful at it. Now our next card is going to reveal the agenda or the reasoning purpose. That is the Seven of Pentacles. That just simply states a goal in sight that is close to being achieved. So the agenda is a goal that they have set in their sights, manifested, and are currently working on, and it shows that they are close to being achieved. But it doesn't tell exactly what, although I've got a very good idea going on in these cards that will reveal exactly what goal we're talking about here. The next one is going to be why it is hidden from us, and that's the Nine of Pentacles. That's a card showing financial stability. Someone feeling safe in their home, being proud of their achievements. Financial stability, it keeps the rich getting richer. Look at, how the financial crisis and situation has been panning out. So, but they're stable. The Rothschilds, all your politicians and your higher ups there, they're still wealthy. They're still making money. Now, the next card is going to tell us how harmful this is to us, or if it is dangerous or poses a threat. And that's going to be the Six of Cups reversed. This is going to explain how it's dangerous. It's not if it is, it's how it is. Now, I don't know if all of you have heard of Facebook transitioning into the metaverse and what this virtual reality is and all that, but that's really worth a look into or some research, because that's some scary stuff. And what that does is that all this uploading consciousness and virtual reality and all this internet and phone addiction all boils down to is trying to harness your energy, keeping it trapped, because the ones that want this energy cannot produce this on their own. I know this is going to sound crazy. This is as far as I'm going to put it. But trapping your consciousness, your level of consciousness, or your energy into pretty much a matrix, metaverse, allows them to suck and harness however much energy they need, want, whatever. And there's nothing that the person that's producing the energy can do about it. Okay? So goes hand in hand with what the Super Bowl halftime show was, if you didn't watch a breakdown of that. That was all of the rappers and the good songs that come out on my generation. Okay? Once again, telling my age here. And the way that it's dangerous and what that's achieved, because listen, if you went and read the comments under the Super Bowl page, YouTube page, everybody is saying the same exact thing. It's nostalgia, recalling past events with way more positivity than they deserve, romanticizing your past. Okay, it's like breaking up, and from a long relationship, and it's like when you're sad and your heart's broken, you're crying over them. It's like all you can think about is the good times. That the bad times don't wash with you, right? Same sort of situation. It's being locked into the past, which prevents moving on. Being locked in the past. Yeah, they're going to spin this metaverse like you can go back to when you were a teenager. You don't have to get old and die. You can always be forever young and be who you want to be in the metaverse. If you want to be a man, you can be a man. If you want to be a woman or an animal, there's a lawlessness in the metaverse. That's the danger. That's how it's going to suck people in. Now, the last card is going to show how we can protect ourselves, and that's the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands reveals carrying too much on your shoulders and being overwhelmed with it. It's showing a real basic need for delegation and support from others. So what the protection is, how to protect ourselves, is not keeping too much on your shoulders, being overwhelmed and burdened, is when you start going down the rabbit hole and you start seeing things for what they are, and you realize that pretty much your whole life growing up, everything you've been told is a lie, and all these little storybooks and stuff that you read as a kid, all the monsters that exist, they say, it would be very, very, very hard to accept, humanly possible to accept, that your whole life's been a lie, and everything that you've been told was a storybook and a fantasy is actually true. And what you see is not what is really there. So, This right here is keeping all this information on yourself. It's all about educating and sharing, trying to wake other people up, even though, at the risk of us being called crazy and conspiracy theorists. But it's a real need for delegation and support from others. I mean, it's coming together and supporting each other and not letting this divide that they're trying to pump out, the racial divide, the gay and lesbian divide, the parents, boomers versus zoomers, all the divides that they can think of, because there's strength in numbers, right? Keep that in mind. Hope this has been a little bit informative to you, and as always, my goal is just to reach one person. And what I mean by that is to wake one person up into thinking for themselves instead of automatically accepting what the media or somebody on Facebook says, or anybody, even me. Go research what I tell you. I encourage you to do so. Do your own thinking. That's all I want, is to reach one person and to wake one person up. Not to agree with what I believe in so much as just to be able to look at things with a critical eye. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you for allowing me to spend a little time with you. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye now.
Move it to the left, shout it. Move it to the left, shout it. If you ain't got your own paper, I don't suggest you hold your breath, shout it. Keep it right, shout it.